Welcome to Bold Talk Series, where creativity, leadership, ideas, innovation come together. My name is Epi Ludvik, and today I have a privilege to have a short one-on-one conversation with Peter Oykhman, CEO of CorePartners and PsyTechVR. Peter is leading innovation, logistics, software, and virtual reality mental health solutions while helping and shaping the future of digital healthcare as a co-chair of the VR and AR Association Healthcare Committee. Peter, a great seeing you and welcome to our Bold Talk series. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Great. Good to have you here and looking forward to this conversation. So, Peter, let's start by going back to your early journey. What first drew you into the world of technology, entrepreneurship, and eventually on a mental health innovation?
Um, it's a little bit more complicated question because I've been doing technology. I've been involved in the technology for the last 40 years plus. And most of this time I spent, in big part of it at least, I spent doing logistics and like 25 years of logistics plus. Honestly got bored with logistics and decided to to do something else. And I love technology. I love what I saw in the virtual reality, and that's how I end up doing this, virtual reality in mental health and wellness.
It's great. Where do you think is right now the mental health in the VR and spatial computing? What do you think it is right now? What's the adoption that you see it right now?
Um, you're asking the right questions. I just got back from AW. It's a show, Augmented World Expo in Long Beach. And if you want to know about Augmented World, you probably should go there because you got a hardware vendors, software vendors, um, all kinds of interesting people there. In terms of mental health, uh, it's a huge problem for America, and as a matter of fact, any society. Europeans in the same boat. Middle East is in a worse case than Europe. Africa, absolutely horrible situation there in terms of mental health. But even in a kind of your American mental health is official statistic is that 50 million people in the U.S. Have various forms of anxiety that actually requires treatment, and that's a really scary numbers, and not enough doctors. And typically, these doctors are using technology that from the last century. And I'm not exaggerating. The last big break in the psychiatry happened around 1995 with Dr. Shapiro kind of creating this EMDR therapy. So, technology is not a psychologist or psychiatrist's best friends traditionally, and that's what we're trying to do. We are trying to bring a technology that could help them into their life, into their practices, and make their communication with the patients more effective and better.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of them. They love to prescribe the pharmaceutical prescriptions, and certainly like there's incentive in a pharmaceutical which we're not going to get there. But where do you see the opportunity here? Do you think this would be a massive game changer for the patients and not so much for the doctors? Or do you see also a
Um,
great game changer for doctors as well?
right. No, it's on both sides. So pharmaceutical is a very strange kind of a creature. So you understand that for when we're talking about mental health, I mean, it's multiple categories of people who are treating this, addressing this mental health. You got a psychologist, you got a psychiatrist, you got counselors, you got social workers and such. And depends on the country. Only psychiatrists are allowed to give you a prescription for pharmaceutical. Psychologists cannot give you a prescription,
Right.
and that's a story. And the whole, so they will talk to you, and 100%, they will teach you, what's going on, how to make you feel better. But again, the things they're using, are on back with cognitive behavior therapy, or Dr. Shapiro with EMDR, and it's been DBT and all kinds of therapies, but none of them are actually providing you with guaranteed outcome, right? And what we're doing is actually we're making this process much more individual, much more custom centric, because working with us, we could create you a scenario of your trauma, for example, or we could create you a scenario for your mental wellness, like we call it a safe place where you could go, your own safe place. You could save it, you could add some binaural beats, and you could add some music there. And regardless of where you are, this is always available, and that gives people an option. Because a traditional way to address this is like, uh, people will tell you like go meditate or go for a walk or read a book or something. It doesn't work always, especially if you are stressed, if you have an anxiety. And meditation takes time to figure out how to learn how to meditate. So we're just giving people a better option, a kind of a new option that was never available.
Yeah. Now, the industry is healthcare industry is highly regulated and conservative when it comes to adopting
Hmm?
new technologies. How do you approach convincing healthcare providers and institutions to embrace VR therapy solutions?
It goes to your previous question about what we do. We're addressing a very specific thing. We're addressing an anxiety. We're not touching, stuff like schizophrenia or, more serious mental illnesses. We're addressing a disorder rather than a disease. We do not claim that we could, diagnose, prevent, or treat any disease. Um, it's not what we do. We're giving a clinician, psychologist, and psychiatrist additional tool that they could use when they're talking to the patients, and that's everything what we do. They're talking to the patient. They're teaching them how to essentially get better with their anxiety, and we're showing them that look, there is a technology available. You could actually go and do like a virtual traveling on art therapy in the virtual reality, and it's super immersive. And that's one of the advantages. It's very immersive treatment, and uh, uh, I don't know if you're familiar with the term, hyperconnectivity.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we all do. So where we have all this case of hyperconnectivity in some shape or form, where virtual reality doesn't give you this option. So you have to be focused on what's in there in your virtual reality. So it's removing these obstacles that usually people, I mean, we don't have this luxury to kind of disconnect ourselves from our phones or our TVs. Virtual reality is an option where you could go there and be present focus on your breathing, focus on your feelings, focus on a positive outcome in there
Yeah,
without interruptions.
yeah, yeah. Because it's super immersive, and there's no other distractions like we are right now, where we have
Exactly.
the tabs open, we have our phone here. I know because I have at home both the Oculus, the latest Oculus
Yeah.
from Meta, and also the Vision Pro, and
Hmm.
truly, I mean these are great products, and
Right.
I truly believe that we are getting very close to have better user experience, and once that user experience is going to be with these products, it's going to be a massive adopted rate because they're truly amazing. They're truly immersive. I mean, you can use it for training, like for treatment, like you're doing that. It's incredibly amazing. I truly believe that this is a game changer. Now, Peter, have there been any moments where you had to make some particular tough decisions that shape the future of SciTech VR?
Well, I had to make a decision to invest, a lot of money into it.
That's
That was a tough decision. A lot of my own money into this. That was kind of a interesting decision. But I also think that uh, I I love to learn new stuff, and a bigger picture is at some point I realized that really could change how people uh, behave and how people feel, and that really could help.
Yeah,
And Yeah, it's interesting, and I always loved kind of building new stuff, and technology is great. um, we're still trying to figure out what to do with the technology, and there are no questions about it because people are talking about AI that we're trying to figure out what we created, and the same true for virtual reality and a few other things. We created something, and we're just trying to realize what exactly we created, and it's taking us a damn long time to realize that, because I don't know if you're aware, but the first AI was actually, it was created in the mid 60s. The first virtual reality headset has been created in the mid 60s. So when we're talking about, oh, it's a new technology, no, there are new parts of the technology, but we've been playing with it, for the last 60 years,
yeah,
and we're still trying to figure out what it is, how it could be used, where it could be used. One of the first, kind of interesting examples of AI was actually, it was a, I think it was created at MIT. It's called the Eliza, and it was a chatbot. It was a sympathetic chatbot where you could talk to this chatbot, and it will, if you can imagine, it's still a green screens at the time,
yeah,
and you will be talking to this chatbot, asking questions and complaining, and it will be actually answering and telling you, supporting you.
yeah,
So what changed is, we have a new technologies that became essentially, um, um, it's not one technology, it's a combination of technologies, right? And I keep saying the same thing about like virtual reality. So we got a high-speed internet, because without a high-speed internet, all these assets for virtual realities are heavy assets. In old days, it will take you like 3 days to download something on your VR headset. Then you're talking about, headset itself. It's very light comparing to what it was like 10 years ago. It's super light. The price is very it's a good price. Then you're talking about a cloud space. In the old days, the stuff we store right now in Azure cloud, it would cost absolutely ridiculous amount of money to store there. Now this it's not a big deal. So it's really a combination of technology that is making it possible. And there are platforms like Unity and Unreal Engine that allows us to create all this stuff really fast, and to create some great images there, like 4K images. Again, that's a new stuff. That's a fairly new stuff. So uh, honestly, I'm very excited about all this stuff. And yeah, the critical decision was, I mean, the critical part was to realize that at this point in time, we do have a combination of technology that allows us to be kind of a successful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the right time. First time I played around with augmented reality, this was like back more than 15 years ago, and I knew it. I knew it that there's going to be a time where we're going to have a great technology like we have today,
Hmm.
that's going to give us a much different experience that we ever could imagine. And we are now at that journey. When I saw Apple came into a game with Vision Pro, and I experienced that, I said, "Wow, there's the eye recognition technology. There's a lidar technology. There is a haptic technology, a voice command. I mean, there's so much technology stacked there, and this technology stack is getting much better. So I think we're really close to seeing a true breakthrough of what this technology can do. And this is where the beginning of where also the other industries, like not just healthcare, but I believe like there's many other industries will be definitely like embracing this in a good way. Now, Peter, this is great
Hmm.
work you do, and I truly appreciate your work, and I truly give you my best wishes for great success. Uh, now, this is a short format conversation. I'd love to have another conversation which is a longer, to go deeper in a VR and in a psych in the area that you're in a health area you're in. What does the word bold mean to you?
Oof. Um, uh, for me, honestly, it's again, it's a long story, but I in a last 3 years, I probably talked to about 500 psychologists and psychiatrists. So my vision is a little bit
That's bold
different.
already.
And I've never talked about to psychologists probably one when I was getting a divorce in my life, but I think for me bold means that you're kind of doing something courageous, something um, that's worth talking about.
Yeah, I like that. Something that is worth talking about. Peter, great seeing you. Thank you for joining this Bold Talk series, and looking forward to have another great conversation. Until then, have a great day and be bold always.
Thank you. Thank you.